So stretching and opening your hips on a regular basis is so important for your overall health and wellness because you need flexibility in your hips to support and stabilize your spine in almost everything you do in life. Today, we're going to work through some great hip stretches that will leave your hips feeling happy and healthy. Props for today's class, I recommend 2 blocks or anything block-shaped that will support your weight, and a yoga bolster. And if you don't have a yoga bolster, no problem. Just use 1 or 2 firm cushions or pillows. Place this stuff off to the side, and let's begin in a comfy seat with a relaxing breath practice, 4-4-6 breathing. This is a great way to let go of accumulated stress that's being held in your body, and a lot of that gets held in the hips. So this is a great breath exercise to do with a hip opening practice. All we do is inhale for a count of 4 through the nose. We hold for 4. And exhale for a count of 6 through the nose. So I'll guide you. Let's sit up nice and tall, open across the heart. Let the shoulders melt from your ears and close your eyes. You can place your hands on the knees or wherever they feel comfortable. And let's take a great big breath in through the nose. Fill your body with breath. Open mouth, exhale to relax and clear. And inhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back to a normal breath in and out through your nose and let yourself relax into each breath. Relax across your forehead and your brow. Relax from your eyes to your ears. Relax your tongue and your jaw. Feel all the muscles of your face just be easy, letting go of any held attention. Place both hands over your heart, and let's begin with a few words of affirmation to help guide us on our journey today. I'll say these words out loud, and you repeat them silently to yourself. Today, I set myself on a path of love and compassion. Today, I will appreciate every opportunity to learn, to laugh, and to love. Today, I will feel more connected to the power and the truth of who I really am. And today I will find strength and courage to make this world a happier place. Let's sit for a few more moments and breathe these words into your body. And blink your eyes slowly open. All right, bring the soles of your feet together and draw your heels a little bit closer to your sit bones, just enough so that you can continue to sit nice and tall, and you feel a nice little stretch on the insides of your thighs and your hips. Then bring your thumbs to the big toe mounds and open your feet like a book. Press the outsides of your thighs down toward the mat, and at the same time, lift the heart up and gently push the heart forward as you draw your shoulders back and down from the ears. Flatten through the low back. So your spine is nice and tall. Breathe. Breathe into your hips. And then breath by breath, very slowly and gently begin to hinge forward from the hips, folding forward. Every inhale, lift the heart and lengthen the spine. Every exhale, fold a little deeper, just enough so you feel a little stretch in the hips and low back. Doesn't take much. Once you find your happy place, just stay there and breathe. As you inhale slowly, rise. Let's take a little counter stretch here. So come to your butt, hands behind you, knees bent, feet on the mat, altar pose. So press into the heels and the hands, lift the hips, and let the head fall back. Great big breath in. Exhale, hips come down. And one more time, push into the hands and heels, lift the hips, big breath. Exhale, slowly come down. Nice. All right, sweep your legs around behind you and come into tabletop and have your blocks within arm's reach here. Take your knees and feet a little wider than your hips and curl your toes under, lift your knees and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Turn your knees outward to open up the hips, and then keeping your heels lifted, and you can place a blanket underneath the heels here if that's more comfortable. We're just going to start to rock back and forth, right? Little baby rocks here. Breathe, close your eyes, and relax. Just rock in a way that feels sweet and good in your body. Again, the blanket under the heels can really help here. And if it feels accessible, you can push and rock all the way back to the heels and all the way back down. Again, the blanket helps there. Nice. And then coming to stillness, keeping the heels lifted, grab your blocks and walk your blocks back towards you so that you can rest your hands on the blocks and then lift up through the heart, shoulders back and down from the ears, and flatten through the low back. So spine is nice and long here, and just close your eyes and marinate in this beautiful stretch. So a lot of things getting stretched here, right? The calves and the Achilles and all the way down the plantar fascial tissue in the bottom of the feet. And of course, your hips and low back. Just breathe, relax. Now, you can stay here, or if it's accessible, you can bring the heels all the way down and hold the block out in front as a counterbalance, resting your triceps on your knees. This is just optional, right? If it's accessible. Little deeper hip stretch. Breathe and stay there for a few breaths. And one more option to take it a little bit deeper. Again, just optional. You can stay there. Bring your left hand inside that left shin to the mat and right hand up to the sky. Gaze and look up to the hand. Keep reaching up and back. Push into that left hand gently as you turn to the right. And then other side, right hand comes down and left hand, sweep it up. Reach it up and back, gaze to the lifted hand, and let's take it up and back for a breath or two. As you exhale, bring that left hand down. Everybody come down to the mat with your hands, place the blocks off to the side, and walk your hands forward into tabletop. Grab your bolster, and now we're going to work into one of my all-time favorite hip stretches. I think that it just gets so many parts of so many aspects of the hips, your hip flexors, your hip extenders, your hip rotators, all of it gets worked here. grab your bolster and place it in between your right knee and your right hand. Supported pigeon. That's where we're going. Curl the toes, lift the hips, and just pedal the feet. A few breaths, bending one knee, push the opposite heel down to the mat. And coming to stillness, bring your feet together. Inhale, take your right foot back and up to the sky, three-leg dog. And as you exhale, sweep that right ankle forward toward the left wrist. Bring the whole right thigh down on the bolster. Untuck that back toe. So make sure your whole thigh from the sit bone all the way to the knee is supported here. Turn the chest and hips to face forward. And now, the angle of this front shin determines the intensity of the pose. So the more you bring the ankle forward, the more intense. The more you bring the ankle back, the less intense. So you find a good level of intensity here. Let's check in with alignment. Turn the hips and chest to face forward. So draw that right hip back, left hip forward, and press gently into the top of the left foot. Grab your block. You can use it as a pillow. Place it in front of you. And as you exhale, with a long spine, just gently begin to fold forward, breath by breath. Every inhale, lift and lengthen. And every exhale, come down a little deeper, again, until you find your happy place in the stretch. And then we're just going to hang out there and breathe and relax. Inhale, lift your head, walk your hands back towards you. Let's come back to a tabletop position. You can move the bolster off to the side for a moment and lift your right knee straight out to the side. Take some big circles with that right knee around the hip in one direction and then the opposite direction. And bring that knee down. Nice. Let's do the other side. Bolster in between the left knee and left wrist. Curl the toes and lift your hips. Downward dog. Feet together and take your left foot back and up to the sky, nice and high. Exhale. Sweep that left ankle forward toward the right wrist. Lay the entire left thigh to the sit bones down on the bolster. Untuck the back toe. And let's spend a few breaths here adjusting. So adjust the angle of this front foot so it feels comfortable, reasonable, right? Draw the left hip back, right hip forward, square the chest and hips to face forward. Press into the top of that back foot. Inhale, lift up, long spine, and exhale, slowly begin to walk the hands forward. Breath by breath, coming down to a place that feels sweet in your body. A little bit of stretching sensation and a little bit of ease, a nice balance there. Relax. Inhale, lift your head, walk your hands back, and let's come back to tabletop once again. Place the bolster off to the side. Lift the left knee straight out to the side in big circles. Try to make that circle all the way around the hip, above and below, to the right and to the left, opposite way. And we'll come back down. Sit your hips back to your heels and sweep your legs around in front. Let's come all the way down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug here. Little rock side to side. And take your feet up in the air. And for happy baby, grab the outside edges of your feet. Open your feet as wide as they want to open. And pull down gently on the feet, letting the knees angle in toward the armpits. Gently push the low back down into the mat and imagine lengthening your tailbone forward toward the front of the mat. Close your eyes and breathe. Big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Release your feet and let's find Shavasana together. And I'm going to recommend placing a bolster underneath your knees so that the legs are elevated here and your low back and hips are happy. Start to move your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Great big stretch with your breath. And exhale, draw knees into your chest and roll to your right side. Push yourself up to a seat at the top of your mat and bring your palms together at your heart. Close your eyes. We raise the thumb knuckles to the point between our brow, and let's bow to one another in light and love. Namaste. Thank you for sharing that practice with me. And if you didn't know, this class is part of a free 30-day morning yoga challenge. It's just 15 minutes a day, and it will make an incredible difference in your health and well-being. And if you're not already signed up for this challenge, I would love for you to join me. Just click the first link in the video description below and sign up. It's totally free. And if you are already enjoying this challenge with me and you're enjoying my classes, then I think you would really love the David O Yoga app. You'll get hundreds of classes and programs, including this 30-day challenge, ad-free, all designed to help you develop a safe, effective, and consistent yoga practice that you really enjoy and that you look forward to every day. Just click the second link in the video description below to download the David O Yoga app. It'll help you get so much more out of your yoga practice.